Good morning, Stefanie.
Good morning. Can I get a hot tea, please?
Welcome to Mornings on Main Street. I'm your host, Stefanie Miller. When you're watching a game here at First Horizon Park and you hear the voice that's coming over the loudspeaker, you're wondering, who does that voice belong to? Well, the voice of the Sounds. I will introduce you to him and he'll share some fun information about what it is like to do play-by-play here for our Nashville Sounds. That's coming up in a few minutes, but first, let's get a check of our headlines. What are your weekend plans? The 3-day annual Sunflower Festival at Red River Farms starts today. This is one of Robertson County's largest summer events. Now, this event, it allows visitors to pick their own sunflower bouquet and take photographs in the fields, enjoy a craft fair with over 60 vendors, hay rides, a small petting zoo. If that's not enough, there is more. If you would like to enjoy festivities and the beautiful sunflowers, just make your way to 5350 Draper Road in Springfield. And if you're planning ahead later this month, July 27th, you, your family and friends can escape to the 116th annual Lone Oak Picnic in Cunningham. Picnic goers will enjoy tasty barbecue, top-notch classic cars. Those are always beautiful. Musical entertainment, the inflatables for the kiddos. Admission to this is free. Parking is also free, so that's great. You can find details on both events by visiting one spot. That is MainStreetMediaTN.com.
From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is your weather on Main Street.
Happy Friday to you. I'm Kelly Rawson here in the Tennessee Valley Weather Center with a check at your forecast for today and for the weekend ahead across southern middle Tennessee. We're starting off mostly sunny and warm. It will be another hot day here in the region with temperatures getting up into the mid-90s. For your Friday, can't completely rule out a spotty stray thunder shower, but most of us will stay dry through this afternoon, but can't completely rule out that possibility. Heading into the evening, we should be completely dry here in the region as temperatures fall from the 90s back into the 70s overnight. And starting off your Saturday, maybe a few clouds around the area, starting off on a warm note. Going to be another very hot day. In fact, even a little bit warmer than this afternoon. 97 with a partly cloudy sky and dry conditions for Saturday, and then heading into Sunday, can completely rule out a stray thunder shower. However, I think a lot of us will stay dry, unfortunately, once again, with temperatures still remaining in the upper 90s, and the upper 90s will continue through much of next week. We have a stray thunder shower chance Monday, Tuesday as well. Heading into Wednesday and Thursday, slightly higher storm chances, so hopefully that'll bring us some much needed rain to southern middle Tennessee.
Bluegrass Auction Associates is hosting another estate auction in White House, Tennessee on Saturday, July 20th at 10 a.m. Join Bluegrass as they sell the Judy Matthews Honeycutt Estate, conveniently located in the scenic Orchard Park subdivision. This beautiful estate includes both real estate and personal property, so everything must go. Everything will be sold on-site and in person, and a 10% buyer's premium is added to the final bid. So bid with confidence with Bluegrass Auction Associates, committed to excellence.
We thrive under the lights. A city of performers. Putting on one heck of a show. Headlining night after night. Welcome to Smashville.
Nashville Sounds Baseball is back in Hit City for the 2024 season. Spend your nights and weekends at the ballpark with weekly giveaways, fireworks shows, throwback deals, live music, and more. Top talent will take the field at First Horizon Park against the AAA Minnesota Twins, Baltimore Orioles, Atlanta Braves, St. Louis Cardinals, Cincinnati Reds, and more. Tickets start at just $10 and are available now at NashvilleSounds.com. We will see you in Hit City.
Welcome back to Mornings on Main Street. If you've been to a Nashville Sounds game, you've heard the voice of Jeff him. He's the announcer of the Nashville Sounds, dubbed the voice of the Sounds. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, you bet. This is great.
What is it like to watch baseball all the time? Like, you obviously have a love for the game.
Yes. I think anyone who's in play-by-play for broadcasting loves covering a live event. And that's kind of where the unpredictability comes in. Regardless of the sport you're calling, you go on the air that night not knowing what's going to happen. And you've got to be ready for just about anything. And especially on radio, when you're trying to describe the game for someone who's not there, you want them to feel like they're there. You want them to understand what's going on in the game, even though they probably can't see it themselves. So there's that challenge of like quickly trying to have your brain find all the right words to describe an odd play that you're never fully ready for because you don't know exactly what's going to happen. And there's going to be a no-hitter that night. Is somebody going to hit 4 home runs? Is somebody going to rob a home run? You just never know what's coming. And I think that's the fun part of the challenge of being a play-by-play broadcaster, is just that unpredictability and knowing, all right, I got to be ready even though I don't know what's coming.
And you've been doing the play-by-play now for the Nashville Sounds for more than a decade. Mm-hmm. This takes not just talent, I feel like. Again, what you do to me is talent, but you've also had to train. What did you do to get to where you are now?
It's one of those fields where the reps keep preparing you for the next game. You can read about it, you can watch other people do it. There's value in that. People will try to come observe a night in the booth, aspiring broadcasters. They want to look at what I'm doing as I'm calling the game, and I used to do that too. That's all good, but ultimately it's definitely one of those jobs where you've got to get behind the mic, you've got to put the headset on, you've got to try it and feel what it's like to cover a play and then maybe cover an inning and then maybe cover a game and then just keep doing it. The repetition of it is a huge part of where you get the benefit and the improvement of it. So I went to school, and it was late in college when I realized I even wanted to do this.
Okay.
But a lot of my coursework was geared toward becoming maybe a news anchor or a news reporter or a newspaper reporter, writing and being on camera. There was no play-by-play class. No. So I got a lot of that by going to games when I was in college with a recorder, recording myself, doing play-by-play, and truly feeling, all right, this is awkward. And it still stays that way until you get enough of a foundation where it starts to feel a little bit less awkward and you get a little bit more comfortable, and then game after game just builds on it from there.
For those younger generations out there aspiring to be where you are and to do what you do, any suggestions for them?
I think that would be the suggestion.
Okay.
Go try it. And it doesn't have to be in some official capacity. You don't actually have to be on the air on any station. You can just record yourself trying to do play-by-play. You can go sit in the bleachers of a high school baseball game. You can go sit in the rafters of a gym and do, a community college basketball game. Whatever it is, I think it's one of those where you have to try it and try it again and go back and listen to it and admit that it's bad. And maybe it's still bad even years later, but early on it's going to feel really strange, but it's repetition based. And that would be my biggest thing, is you don't have to be an intern somewhere yet, or you don't have to be even being paid to go to the game and cover it. Just practice it a couple times and get a feel for what that's like. And you'll probably know pretty quickly, I love this or not for me, and that's okay too.
I want to ask, in all of these years, the play that sticks with you, like something that you've seen that you're just like, it just kind of sticks with you either from your end or the game.
Sure. I remember in 2016, we were an Oakland A's affiliate, and the Sounds were playing in Round Rock, Texas. We had a pitcher, Jarrell Cotton, who would get to the big leagues and have parts of a few years in the big leagues. He got 1 out away from a 9-inning perfect game. He retired the first 26 batters of the game. And I remember in the 9th inning, like I was literally shaking a little bit as I was calling the game, just because you can feel the energy and the nervousness. And I'm hearing from people via text late in the game, like you get a sense of like, this isn't just some random game, because when you do 140 plus games, some nights feel kind of random or arbitrary. That night, he got 2 outs in the 9th inning and was 1 out away, and the batter for Round Rock got a base hit out to right field, and it was just like, oh. But it was still so cool to be part of it. He threw a 1-hitter, he got the next batter out, but it was just one of those nights, again, like going in, there was no way to predict that he was going to have that kind of a game. He got so close to something that has rarely been achieved at any level of baseball, to get everybody out without a single batter getting on base. So that's a night that jumped into my mind when you asked that question. question of like, I remember, I've never really truly gotten too nervous on the air except that night, because if he had done it, I just wanted my call to live up to what he had achieved, and unfortunately came one out away. It was an amazing night.
Where would you like your future to go? Again, obviously you love being here. You enjoy Nashville. Again, you're not from here. You're from the Chicago area, Aurora, Illinois.
Yeah.
But what do you want, I guess, in the future? What's to come for you?
I try to be where my feet are and enjoy whatever the next game and broadcasts are going to be, because it's a very competitive career. You can't always pick where the next opportunity is going to come. Sometimes things find you by accident as much as you're trying to find them. I applied for other jobs before I got to the Sounds, didn't get those, then got the Sounds job, went to some of those places where I hadn't gotten a job, and I realized, like, blessing in disguise that I didn't get that opportunity. So I try not to get too far ahead, because it doesn't always lead where you think it's going to lead anyway. I am so fortunate to be with the Sounds. Truly, I mean, there are 30 AAA teams and there are 120 minor league teams. The Sounds are, if not number one, they're in the top 5 when you consider the ballpark, the market, the way we're treated as a staff, the front office, the collective we have in the staff. So I love being here, and so whatever the next step is going to be, I try not to get too far to going for what that is, because I'm happy where I'm at. If this is it, this is a great place to be.
Oh, I love hearing that. I love it. You know, I had a news director once that used to have a paper clip that he would keep in his pocket. Is there anything that you keep with you with each of the games? Either give luck to your broadcasting?
Not really. I've got some of my kids' artwork on the walls in my booth, so like I always feel like I'm trying to stay as close to them as I can, because I spend a lot of hours here. So feeling like I've got some of my kids' little projects and artwork on the wall, just makes me feel like they're sort of there. So that would be the only thing really that kind of is near me that's not work related when I'm on the air.
What do they think of Dad being the voice of the Sounds?
They want to come and play with the bobbleheads in my booth. They want to grab my binoculars and see how far they can see. They know what I do. I don't think they think I'm very cool, which is fine. But they do love to come to the ballpark. They love Booster. They love to go get the Dippin' Dots. So like they want everything except what's in my booth, because they're like, yeah, can we go play the mini golf? Can we go out to the slide? Can we go play? I'm like, well, I got to call the game. But so they love coming here. It's a great place for kids.
If they ever see this, your dad is very, very cool. Jeff Him, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for sharing all of that with all of us. Just a little insight from the voice of the Sounds, Jeff Him. We appreciate you. Stick with us here at Mornings on Main Street. We'll be right back.
Welcome to the Omni Nashville Hotel. Urban elegance with a vintage touch. Our 800-room hotel opened up in the fall of 2013 with 746 guest rooms and 54 suites.
Sherry's Hope is dedicated to sharing the hope of Christ, protecting the health of our community, and supporting those who are fighting cancer. You can be a champion of hope this season. When you give monthly to Sherry's Hope, you help meet the needs of families in our community as they are battling cancer. Your monthly gift of $10 or more gives hope all year. Together, we can make a difference.
What separates us from other companies in Tennessee, that's going to be our mission to our customers, is to always improve the quality of life. That's from taking care of your pest to a friendly voice on the phone when you call, to a technician that comes out, he's competent, he's going to solve the problem for you. We're considered a full encompassing service, so we're going to take care of 50 plus different pests, and we'll always have your back.
Thanks so much for joining us this morning. Enjoy the rest of your day. We'll see you back here tomorrow.